Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another video today. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Sears hometown location located at the, ironically enough, the Willowbrook Mall in Houston, Texas. Now, yes, this is not the Willowbrook Mall in Wayne, New Jersey, and you know, it's really interesting enough. Both of these malls are built by Rouse, General Growth Properties, Brookfield, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, that's not what we're focusing on today. In today's particular video, we're going to be talking about the Sears store, the Sears hometown store, which used to be a former Sears and Roebuck department store. And unfortunately, it was very, 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 very recently announced that this store would be closing. So the hometown practice, or whatever you want to call it, the Sears hometown going in the former department store building, this strategy has clearly failed. Basically, anything that Sears touches dies. It's so sad to say that, but unfortunately, that is the unfortunate truth. So this Sears hometown was here for a very, very, very short period of time, and it was very just recently announced that this Sears hometown location would be closing, unfortunately. This was the former Sears Auto Center. By the way, all Sears Auto Centers ceased operation back in November of 2021. So the Sears Auto Center business is now gone, but another Sears hometown, unfortunately, closing down. This does not come as a surprise. I do think we're going to be seeing some more Sears and Kmart closures soon. So this article was just posted today. This was an experiment, and clearly, as you can see, the experiment was done very cheap. In typical Sears and Kmart fashion. This looks pretty depressing. This basically looks as depressing as Kmart in Kendall Lakes, Miami, Florida, and who knows when that's going to close. But anyways, let's read this article. The Sears hometown store located at the Willowbrook Mall, Houston, Texas, not Wayne, New Jersey, has started the closing process for their stores a short 6 months after opening. The scheme was a way to put a former Sears mall buildings and a few former Kmarts to use as perspective for this former mainline store, which closed in 2020, failed to set up. The closure was first reported by the HHR contributor Anonymous in Houston, who noticed a Google review stating that the store was closing. This rumor was confirmed by visiting the store and finding yellow closing clearance tags attached to all products. The closing does, let's actually go ahead and press the continue button because I do want to see more of this article. I don't know why this is not loading, so I do apologize about that. The closing does not come as a complete surprise following the blog, as the Sears hometown store plaza a similar fate. The closing does not come as a complete surprise for those following the blog, as the Sears hometown store in Plaza Peso, Pasadena's Town Square Mall met a similar fate earlier this summer. This is a sad outcome for what could have been quite a successful concept. This Willowbrook location was supposedly acting as a distribution center for other stores and appliance deliveries, meaning that Sears will need to secure another space for these activities if they have any intention to continue operations. Which, even that is a joke at this point, because look at the Sears count. There's only one Sears store, mainline department store, left in the state of Texas. They're not going to need the store. They're going to just load it off as real estate or as a total loss. Who knows what's going to happen. At this point, Willowbrook and the Humble locations have been removed from the Sears hometown website, while Sugarland remains, indicating that at least one location will remain open for the time being, but we all know that's going to change. While it is sad that Sears is abandoning what could have been a viable concept, my deepest consolidations go out to the employees. These were no doubt difficult stores to walk in, dealing with customers who expected a mainline store or had issues with products at locations did not carry. While not able to answer every question, employees were always quite helpful at me and genuinely polite people. All the employees I spoke to were proud of their store and had grand dreams for them. Good luck out there, folks. So it's a shame, but it's another example of Eddie Lampert basically, doing and saying, or someone, clearly someone's running the show, or maybe they wanted to try the hometown concept. But this is just another example of the damage that Eddie Lampert has done to Sears. It doesn't matter if you try a hometown store. The brand at the end of the day is unfortunately damaged, and a lot of that's to blame for the leadership in the early 2000s. And the Kmart CEO came, and then Eddie was on the board of directors for something, or he was with something he was part of Kmart, and then he bought Sears, or I don't know how exactly the acquisition went, but It was a total mess, and now that we are seeing the consequence of those decisions that were made in the early 2000s. It's a shame. I think the hometown did have a lot of potential. It was, but the problem was it was too little, too late, and other retailers such as Walmart, Target, Amazon, and either other department stores, Macy's, J.C. Penney, even Lowe's and Home Depot took a piece of the pie. So Sears' days as a retailer are numbered, and even the hometown concept, unfortunately, is also another concept that its days are numbered. I mean, just recently on Friday, it was announced that a Sears hometown store in a remote town of Minnesota was closing. But that, to be fair, that was out of retirement. But even the people that were working that hometown store, they even see the writing on the wall, and that wasn't even a store that was at a mall, nor was that a former Sears. They saw the writing on the wall for Sears. So they felt that it was the appropriate time to close the store and retire because no one else was going to take it over. So, but like I said, I do wish nothing but the best for these employees that will unfortunately be losing their jobs. So, anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this video. Link to the article will be located in the video description below, and that will be it.